Today on VIPtv, unbeaten middleweight Brad Rea, 10-0. Had some good news today, but I think he's known for a while that he's signed for Sky. I'm guessing, thanks for joining us, Bradley, just an hour or so after the announcement. I'm guessing it's been something you've had to tell just the chosen few for now, and you've been sitting on it for weeks.
Yeah, I've had to keep my mouth shut for a while, and I'm rubbish with secrets, mate. I've been wanting to tell everyone. Everyone said, "When you fighting next?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't know. I've got something coming soon." But yeah, I'm happy it's out there now.
Yeah, so the first fight, I think, it looks like 2 fights this year, one in December and one on October 16 in Newcastle, where Hughie Fury and Savannah Marshall are in the headline fights.
Yeah, that's the plan. 16th of October is the first one. Going to look at an 8-rounder there, and then yeah, we're going to go from there. But I'm hoping I don't want to easy, and I want to get in some good fights straight away, and hopefully we can get a good opponent for the 16th.
Yeah, of course. You're a fighter, but you've got to take it. You've only got to add 10 fights, and there's a lot of development you've got to do. There's a lot of you guys are the same sort of, you similar records yourself. Linus Udofia, Brad Paul, Nathan Heaney, who we spoke about on the podcast, Kayaman Agyarko, River Wilson, Ben, even Danny Dignam up, who's got a decent world ranking. There's a lot of you all floating about maybe for when the likes of Felix Cash move on to the next level.
Yeah, there's just so many exciting fights to be made at middleweight. And me, I've proven, especially last time out, I'm willing to just get in them 50-50 fights and test myself. So I'm looking forward to getting in with a few of them names over the next couple of years.
Yeah. I mean, was it a hard decision for you? Because you had a couple fights on Eddie Hearn cards. I know Eddie wanted to sign you after the Lee Cutler thing. What made you turn to Eddie Hearn down? So he doesn't get too many people say no.
Yeah, it's a hard choice to. Obviously, it's a big leap, big step up for me, and it's going to be kind of very important time in my career, my next few fights, and I just think Sky are the way to lead me. What Boxer have been, the way they were talking and the way they were, they really wanted to back me, and I just think they're the people to make me progress the best over the next couple of years.
Was it a hard decision for yourself? Your manager Steve Wood, who also works with Eddie Hearn quite closely with Josh Warrington, and Blaine, your trainer, Blaine Eunice.
Me, Steve and Blaine were sat in a room for about an hour chatting, and by the end of it, we got nowhere. We were still like, what are we doing? But yeah, it was obviously a really hard decision, and but like I said, yeah, I'm happy with the decision that I've made.
Yeah, and what's it going to be like for you fighting in these big arenas? Because although you're considered one of the leading middleweight prospects with those names I've mentioned, you have been on the small circuit a few years, 2-3 years, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm excited. I think my last fight was at Wembley, but there was no one in there. And the fight before that was obviously on a Matchroom show at Manchester Arena, but I think I was on at about 4:30.
What were you? Yeah.
I think there was about 200 people in there, and they'd all bought tickets off me. They were all from Stretford and Ermston. So, hopefully I'm going to get slots later on cards and stuff. And, all my lot have been messaging me this morning, right, we're booking hotels in Newcastle. We're having a big night out. So, I think they're excited for getting to the big shows as well.
So you've got to go out in Newcastle straight afterwards for a big night out, have you? And then you can go back in the gym for a fight in December.
Yeah. Everyone I spoke to said, good night out, Newcastle, isn't it? So I think there's going to be quite a few mans down by the sound of it.
So what are they going to watch you, or are they going for the excuse to go in the big market, whatever it's called, in Newcastle, where all the bars are?
I don't think they're asked about me, to be honest. Half of them will probably be out somewhere, probably miss the fight.
So, how's it going there in the gym? Tell us about your trainer, Blaine Eunice, before we let you go, because he's based at Ricky Hatton's gym. I think he was a decent amateur, Blaine, and not a lot of people know about him as a trainer. But I know you and him are very close, and perhaps you can tell us a bit about him for people watching who might not know too much about Blaine.
Yeah, is a class coach, Blaine. I've worked with some brilliant coaches me over the years, you know, like, as an amateur, and then, you know, when I was at college, I was at college at Gallagher's gym and worked under Tony Challoner. He was head of, and worked with some top coaches, but the way I've clicked with Blaine and the way I understand him, it's just like I've never experienced it before, and you know, I think that's important. Like I said, he was a top amateur, got to the ABA finals. I think he was 3-0 as a pro when he got injured and had to call it a day. Really understands boxing, and you know, he's heavily involved with everything. You know, he does all my strength and conditioning, and he's clued up on his nutrition and stuff. And I think I've really fell on my feet, kind of finding him early on, and you know, I think he's the man to take me to the top.
I mean, does he get his point across really well? Because he doesn't see. He's one of those guys who comes across to me, and I know him. You know, he's not a friend, but I know him from visiting you at the gym there. That he might not say a lot, but when he does, he can get a point across very clearly and quickly.
Yeah, definitely, and it's very important in the corner. You know, there's been times sparring where he said, you know, this might work, it might not. Go out and try it, and I've done it. And first time, I thought, bloody hell, better start listening to him more often. But yeah, like I said, we've got a good bond, a good understanding, and yeah, I think I'm very lucky to have him in the corner, definitely.
All right, then, well, that's brilliant. I'm not going to keep you any longer because I know Lee Hogan wants to spend hours with you next week with one of your. You've got a sponsor, haven't you, who's press switch based or something, who trains with Lee? Lee was telling me. Yeah,
the Cryo Lab. So we're going to go down there and do a little bit of filming down at the Cryo Lab.
Well, you say plenty for Lee next week anyway, and we'll just get a bit out about what's announced today. But a great announcement for you. You must be buzzing, and if I dare say, it's give you an extra kick in training. And good luck, and we'll speak very soon. And thanks again for the podcast the other night. People liked you, so.
That man, Steve. Cheers for having me, mate.
You take care. Thanks, Brad.
See you soon, mate.
For all boxing info, news, and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.